Okay, welcome back, Brigandine fans. So, this is something new, something really exciting here that I want to tell you about and I want to talk to you about. And I'm sure some of you already know this, but not everybody does. So, we're going to go over this. This is the challenge mode of Brigandines. There is going to be a new game mode that's going to be in Brigandine itself. So, this is pretty amazing because I've done. I don't know. I don't know if I've inspired the challenge modes, but on my old LPs that I've done for Brigandine, completing a lot of kind of world firsts for Brigandine. I've done a lot of them. All my old LPs, I've done challenge modes on there where people give me challenges and I've completed a lot of things. Beat Buinoil in 2 turns with Iscalio and Norgard. Very difficult thing to do, but I did it. Snake of Chaos in 3 turns. I think it was with Iscalio as well. And yeah, I've completed a lot of other challenges. I'll show you one right now before we get into this real quick, and then we'll talk about it. But there's a little sneak peek there. So yeah, this is going to have a whole challenge mode to it, which will be a lot of fun. But I believe you have to beat the game in order to play this. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and read this for you, and I'll give you my impression of this when we finish reading this. So here, let's start here. Alternate chapter challenge mode. 2020-319. So that was just a few days ago. All right, so hello friends. I am Igarashi. I think I'm saying it right. If I'm saying things wrong, please let me know. I'm trying to say things best I know. Igarashi, the producer of Brigandine, the Legend of Runersia. Today I'll be sharing more information about the alternate chapter, also known as the challenge mode. I understand fans have been requesting more information about this mode for some time. You won't have to wait much longer. Screen caps and other information will be published by Game Media soon. In the meantime, here's a sneak peek for our social media followers. Okay, let's look at that. Challenge mode, alternate chapter. This mode unlocks after you've cleared the main mode. So, yes, literally you have to beat the game in order to get this. Now, if we're looking at Brigandine Grand Edition, there is another game mode. There's a hidden game mode once you beat the game that you can play, and it's a multiplayer with a lot of really powerful monsters in it. So there is a way to get a extra game there. So this one does the same thing too. He's doing the same thing here. There's a secret little extra mode, but you got to beat the game to do it. All right, I know you're excited. Let me continue on here. I'm just I might throw out some things. I might throw out my opinion here and there, but let's continue. So it unlocks after you've cleared the main mode, Legend of Runersia. In a nutshell, it's a combination of a sandbox mode and a score attack mode. So it's two features. There isn't any story, but this mode comes with more freedom and elements of strategy. Here are some features of this mode. Sandbox elements. Just like in main mode, you start by choosing one leader from the 6 available nations. However, you then choose any 9 knights and start the game with 10 total rune knights. So you get to pick your starting leader from any of the nations, so whatever leader you want, and then you can pick out of 10 rune knights. Okay, that's cool. And they can be from any country, apparently. Only knights who have already been recruited during main mode or challenge mode are available. Okay, so only ones that you've recruited during the main mode. Knights of countries only played for a short time will be selectable, even if you haven't beaten the game. Okay, you start with only one base, so you're starting with one castle. Okay, and you pick your leader, and then you get 9 random knights that you choose based upon the ones that you've recruited beforehand in the game mode. So it might behoove you to probably beat all the countries, so you get a bigger choice, because I would think that's probably the best way to do it. So anyways, you start with only one base. All knights and monsters, whether ally or enemy, will start the game at level 1. Just like main mode, you can send units on quests and recruit new knights for your country. So you can quest your knights and all that. And in some of the quests can pick up a knight. You can pick up a quest knight, by questing one of your knights. So you can do it like that. There are no restrictions for recruitment based on country. So you can focus on lineup instead of loyalty. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that's the sandbox elements. That's like giving you a lot of different elements to play with. So you can recruit a lot of different knights here, but it's going to be based upon, whether you have recruited them during your first playthrough. So if you play through it one time and you've only recruited maybe 5 knights or whatever, the knights that you get to choose from are going to be based upon those knights, those parameters. So it also says in here, knights of countries only played for a short time will be selectable. So if you play for a short time and it just saved, but you have a saved file of a beaten game, you can use, apparently, I guess it uses all the information from your all your save files, I guess. We'll see, though. We'll see. That's hard to say. But I think that might be what they're trying to get at. So that's kind of pretty cool. You start with one castle and you have to move out from there. Okay. Score attack elements. Aim for a high strategy score, SS, by using excellent tactical maneuvers. The strategy score, SS, accumulated can be saved in your war records. Okay, so your save file. Or war records might be a different kind of save file. We'll see. Just like in the main mode, you will get a game over if your base count reaches 0. That's pretty obvious. You lose the game, you lose all your castles, you lose the game. The whole point is to conquer the whole continent, so, Okay. Failing to meet any of the 10 victory conditions for continental conquest will also result in a game over. So, here's another thing. You have 10 victory conditions. So it's not just conquer the whole continent. You're going to have victory conditions going along with it. Let's see what that is all about. The game starts in Runersia 781 Season 1. The first victory condition is to occupy 4 bases by year 781 Season 11. So I'm guessing Season 1 is month 1, and Season 11 is month 11. There's probably 12 months out of the year. Well, typically that's kind of how that goes, but they call it season here. So, all right, so you have 10 months to conquer 4 bases. Sounds pretty simple. Sounds easy, but you might be starting off with an army with very little monsters, and you might only have enough monsters to readily fully defend one base. So you might have just a big enough army for one base. So as soon as you move out and you want to spread your knights and you want to spread your monsters out, that just means that you've got 2 bases that are really, really weak compared to everybody else now. So now you gotta figure something else. Either you keep moving with that same army until you get enough stuff to hold 2 bases and then hold 3 and then hold 4, or you turtle together and you attack and pull back until you're satisfied, with your secondary army being strong enough. So you got a couple different ways to play and see how you want to do this. So that's my suggestion there. But let's keep reading this. So yeah, so that's one of the conditions. So that's 1 out of 10 conditions. That's 1 out of 10 there. All victory conditions are about holding a certain number of bases by a certain time. So what this tells me right here, what this is telling me right here is that the first victory condition is only going to be met if you hold 4 bases at month 11. So you have, I guess you have 10 months from the starting month to hold 4 bases. So you have to hold 4 bases. You can't just go out and conquer them and retreat and then, let them take it over and try to get stronger and turtle at that point. You can probably turtle initially, but you're going to have to move out and be a little more aggressive. So that's what that's telling me here. You have to hold the 4 bases on month 11 to meet the first victory condition. And if you don't meet that first victory condition, you will lose this challenge mode. It'll be a game over. That's kind of what this is telling me here. Okay? All victory conditions are about holding a certain number of bases by a certain time. That's what it's saying. The final condition is to occupy all bases in the continent, thereby achieving continental conquest. So obviously you gotta take everything over and win the game. Alright, so each time you meet a victory condition, you will gain strategy score, or the SS. All time limits come with a bit of elbow room, so make use of the extra time to strengthen your forces. So you actually have a little bit of elbow room, so you might be able to, for the first victory condition, I'm gonna guess if you do it right, you might be able to hold 4 bases in Season 5 or Season 6. I don't know if I'm pushing that too far or I'm being too gentle there, but I think probably about that time would be about rational. But that could be... I mean, I played the Brigandine for a long time, and I'm pretty good at it, I'd have to say. Pretty good. So, I don't know how I'm going to do, but I'm going to be enjoying every minute of it every time I try this out. So, you know, that'll be a lot of fun. So let's see what else is here. All time limits come with a bit... Okay, so I've read that. That said, the faster you meet the conditions, the higher your strategy score bonus will be. The more conditions you meet, the stronger the CPU will become, making battles more intense as you progress. So, if I read down here, it says it's starting on hard mode. So, but the CPU is going to be stronger every time you meet a condition. So after you hold the 4 bases, guess what? It's going to get harder. It's just like, wow. So it's going to even, this is going to be really cool to play. Okay. There are a number of other ways to boost your strategy score as well. For example, claiming 2 bases in one season or winning a battle with only 2 platoons. Milestones such as training 20 monsters or level 20 or training 20 monsters to level 20 or owning 30 equipment items will also earn you a strategy score. The enemy CPU AI is set as the same main mode's hard difficulty. So it's already on hard and it's going to get harder every time you complete a condition. So this is probably the one point in the game where the game's going to go way beyond the hard mode level for this. So what does he have to say for himself? After all this, let's read and see what he has to say for himself about this. Okay, we've play tested for many hours, and a game unfolds in a different way each time. I thought it was pretty good until I asked Ito, our lead game designer, what his score was. Unfortunately, my skills were above average at best. If I keep playing and developing new strategies, however, I know I'll be able to break my record. Your strategy score can be a conversation point about tactics diversity among other players, and it'll help you face the facts about your skill level. This too is part of challenge mode's appeal. What knights, class, monsters, and strategies will you use to get the highest score? I'm looking forward to hearing about all of your strategies soon. So this is from the developer here, or the producer here. And so, yeah, that's what this is about. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link down below. This is for the Brigandine Legend of Runersia site. I host the Brigandine Engine fan site, so if you want to check those out, you can. Links down below. There's also a Discord site too, you can check out as well. And yeah, that's pretty much what this is about. So there's going to be a whole new game in the game. It's well, maybe it's not a whole new game, but it's a whole new way to play the game. It's a strategy mode, and you basically kind of play a custom sandbox game, and it gets harder as you play it. And there's little conditions to meet as you go through it. If you don't meet those conditions, those 10 there's 10 victory conditions. If I can get all my fingers on the screen, there's 10 victory conditions in there. If you don't meet all 10 victory conditions, it's just game over. So you can put a lot of hard work into it, and then like that, it's over. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I've done a lot of challenges on my channel for Brigandine. I've given people the opportunity to give me challenges when I was playing all the LPs, and I've had a lot of really, really hard challenges. 2 big accolades I've done were beating Buinoil in 2 turns, once with Norgard and once with Escalio. Right here I'm showing you this is the highest XP I've been able to record for YouTube for Brigandine, in which case was a Meteor Doom on Queen Leoness and Patronus. Knocked him out and broke a bunch of monsters. So this is one of my other fun accolades I've done for challenges, and so this is experience that this Succubus got in 1 hit. I think I did a Halo on her and, you know, rocked the world there. But as far as challenges for this will be a lot of fun to try, because there will be a ton of different ways to play it. When I beat Buinoil in 2 turns with Norgard and Escalio, I did a lot of different types of things to do it. I didn't just go in with Meteor Doom. You know, a lot of people saw that one video that's, you know, it's Meteor Doom, a whole bunch of Meteor Doom to kill out Buinoil in 3 turns. I didn't really use all that to kill him in 2 turns. I used other tactics. So playing this game, it might not be all about Meteor Doom to get the highest score. You know, it might be about using other tactics and other monsters to get the highest score. So I have proven that on my channel with challenges that I've gotten, because I played all of the original LPs with challenges because it was a lot of fun and I really enjoyed it. And the reason I did is because I played Brigandine for so long, for so many years, and if I just played the normal way, I can steamroll through it pretty quickly. But I wanted to play with the challenges, so I you know, let my fans give me challenges to play the game. And I find it amazing you guys and gals, the developers, the producers, are putting a challenge mode in here. Now I feel like I kind of feel like you're throwing me a bone here, a big bone, and I'm gonna take it because I love this kind of stuff, you know. And so I know a lot of people that are gonna play this game too are just gonna really enjoy this part, because you know, when it came to the original game, and if I just have to talk about this for a little bit, if you don't mind listening, the original game, some people were wanting to play the Buinoil fight, and all the Americans, you know, they got a little bit trolled by some people in the past saying, oh, well, if you play as, you know, you play Norgard on hard, you play this country on hard, and you beat all the other countries and you beat Ascaris last, you know, you'll get to fight the Buinoil fight. And it was totally false. Only Grand Edition had the Buinoil fight in it, which people were kind of trolled for a long time, or, you know, if they read the wrong thing, they kind of thought you could fight Buinoil on the Legend of Forsena game, which you could not. You could only play him in the Grand Edition version. So once it got to play him in the Grand Edition version, some people were like, well, I like the game, but I don't like the Buinoil fight because, you know, it's kind of like, I gotta like get the best army to do it, and, you know, I've already put through all the tactics and work and all that effort and stuff. And initially it is kind of, it's not an easy fight, but it also depends on the difficulty level you're putting it on. And so playing this game, they might have another Buinoil character. I'm gonna go ahead and guess they probably do. But I think people playing the Grand Edition version and the original version are going to appreciate that, having that, but also having this, because people like me and people that are like me that like to have a challenge and like to, you know, make it a little more difficult for themselves, because, you know, they just, it's kind of like when you become a really good chess player, you need to keep increasing your level to see, you know, what your potential is, where you can go with it. And this is definitely in line with what I think a lot of people are going to like. I know some people are wanting the multiplayer in there, and if developers and producers, if you're watching this, please give it a consideration. You know, I'm sure you have a server and all that to probably utilize for it. I know they're probably a little bit worried. They're like, well, we don't know. I don't know if they know how well it's going to sell and do all. This game's going to sell very well. I can just tell you right now, it's going to do very well. Because I've been streaming this game for I don't know how many years now. It's 7 or plus, I don't know. since almost YouTube's inception. I've been putting uploads, and now with Twitch doing streams, and so I've been doing this game for a very long time. A very long time. I'm one of the longest streaming people. I think I'm the longest uploader, Brigandine producer of this game since YouTube has started. I know there's a couple out there that are also very big and popular too, but I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm really happy to do this. And this is gonna be so enjoyable to actually get to do. It's like 20 years later, you finally, decided, hey, people have kept up with this. People are still talking about it, still putting it out there. Let's give them a little bit more to this. So, I mean, if they bring out the multiplayer, that'd be a lot of fun to have. But if they don't do the multiplayer, this might actually just kind of make up for it, because this will be a lot of fun to do. And I'm pretty excited to see this, and I'm pretty excited to try it. So what I'm going to do initially is I'm just going to play through the game normally when it comes out, because I know there's going to be a lot of similar things to the old Brigandine game, but it is a new game, and I just want to play through it normally. And then once I'm done with that, I'll play through it with challenges again, and I'll play through this challenge mode too. So I'm going to do everything. So I'm going to do everything and then some. But thanks developers, and thanks Brigandine producers, developers, everybody, the artists. I think the art's amazing. It looks really good. I like the visuals of the game so far. I've already made a couple videos for this. If you need somebody to do anything like voiceovers or anything like that, just let me know. I'd like to probably get some early exposure somehow in some way, but yeah, I'm just pretty excited to see this come out. And whatever I can do to help out, I'd like to do that, because I've been trying to I've been advertising this for a very long time, and I really enjoy it, so I'd like to be a part of it. If I can be, I would like to be. I would love it. I don't know what to say. I'm just in a happy mode right now, and hope you are too. If you want to see this, there will be a link for this down below, and you can check out the fan site that I host also, and you can go there and talk. Please go ahead and talk on the fan site. There's a Discord site too, and those are kind of the main two American ones that are out, and so that's what we have here, and so that's what we have going, and we try to keep it up, and we try to talk about it every day. So that's all I got to say. I will let you know when a video comes out, or anything new comes out with Brigandine here, Legend of Runersia, and I will try to stay at the forefront of trying to show you what's going on with the game. So as soon as it comes out, June 25th, I will be playing it. If I can play it earlier, if developers, producers, if you can help me out with that, I'd like to maybe play it a little bit sooner and showcase some stuff. I think that'd be really awesome. And that's all I got to say. So I'll see you in the next video. You can subscribe to me on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitch. You can subscribe to me on Twitch too. And all that kind of stuff. So that's all I got to say. Check me out everywhere. I'll leave my little outro here, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Game over.
It is over when I say it is over.
Answer my call!
Yes, sire!